Shalom. Welcome back to Understanding the World with Rabbi David Kaufman. I'm joined in the studio by Mark Finkelstein, the Jewish Community Relations Director for the Jewish Federation of Greater Des Moines, and also by guests from our Partnership Together region in Israel. And Mark will introduce them and let them say a little bit about their background in a minute. I'd like to thank our sponsor for this show, Dr. Ronald Bergman of Bergman Folkers Cosmetic Surgery and Spa, for all that he has done for this show and enabling us to bring you guests from around the world every week. And Mark, why don't you introduce our guests?
Oh, thank you very much. Boker Tov, friends. It's relatively early morning here in Des Moines, Iowa, and it's going on 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 1700 hours in Israel. And some of your friends may be viewing us right now. So, Dali Bodai, introduce yourself. Where do you come from, Dali?
I come from Regba.
Yes.
It's a village in the Western Galilee. I was born there, and actually I lived there all my life, but I'm traveling a lot, in Israel and outside, and yes.
Thank you. And Svika Arbel, Mr. Arbel, where do you come from?
I come from a kibbutz called Kabri. That's,
yes.
Not far from Nahariya, also on the Western Galilee.
Right.
And I've been there ever since 1952.
I see.
That means I was 3 years old when I got that kibbutz, and I'm there ever since.
I see. And you two are musicians, and you're
Yes.
traveling parts of the United States as part of a group called Partnership Together. Dolly, can you tell us a little bit about Partnership Together?
Partnership Together is just like making family to feel family, Israel and you here, and I would like to have you back when you come to Israel. To yes.
We always come. We always come and visit you. So the Partnership Together is a program, an official program between the Jewish Agency and the Jewish Federations, and our region is with the Western Galilee. Tzvika, can you tell us a little bit about the Western Galilee?
Okay, that's northwest part of Israel. Close to the Lebanese border,
yes,
and the Mediterranean Sea, of course. And the most well-known centers there is first Akko,
yes,
and we have Nahariya, and many kibbutzim and villages, of course. That's Western Galilee in general.
Okay. Rabbi Kaufman, you've been in the area a number of times. What's your impressions of the Western Galilee?
One of the things that always strikes me about the Western Galilee is that it's a multicultural area, and that everybody interacts. That the Western Galilee Hospital is directed by an Israeli Christian from the town of Nazareth. The Western Galilee College has Jews, Christians, Muslims, and Druze, and everybody kind of interacts on a regular basis, and that's I think an example of what life is really like in Israel as opposed to what we see in the media. How do you feel about that? What is your interaction like with people of different cultures in the region?
Me, myself, I like it because I believe that people is people. We are all the same. We have the same needs, and that's what my opinion is. Yeah. Good. Just love and live, and that's all. That's all what we need.
Zvika, have you had much thoughts about the interrelationship between different peoples in the region?
Yes, and I think in general, first of all, we are used to it. It's most of the population around Western Galilee is they're Arabs,
Mm-hmm.
But
they're citizens of the state of Israel as well.
Yeah.
You need to speak into the microphone, I think. Yeah.
Okay. So we have very good relationship with those most of the time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They're working in our kibbutz. We are visiting them. I mean, go to the restaurants to eat hummus or whatever.
Yes.
And take the hospital. Many of the staff there, the doctors and everything, they are Arabs. And Jews and Russians and everything. And in general, I think it works very well. Though there are some problems, in sometimes a couple of years ago in Akko, during Yom Kippur, they had some riots there, if you remember.
Yes.
For
the most of the part, people get along, and And you two are beautiful musicians. We, like us Americans from the Jewish community, we seek peace with all our hearts. You're the same?
Same. Just the same.
Just the same.
Yeah.
We need peace for everybody.
For everybody.
And dignity for everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Honor everybody, and love.
What do you do when you're in Israel?
Me?
Yes.
Okay. I used to work as a kindergarten and music teacher for young age kids, like 30 years and more. And this is what I was used to do in the morning and afternoon, performing in Israel, making bat mitzvah, bar mitzvah, chatuna, holidays, performing, Hanukkah, Yom Ha'atzmaut, whatever, and just singing along with people and performing. Yeah.
Zvika, how do you make your living?
I'm a music teacher for 42 years now. It's a long time.
Yes.
I'm teaching 2 schools, one in my region and the other way up in the North Galilee in Kibbutz Sasa.
Yes.
And that's what I've been doing for 40 years. Teaching music.
Now, the repertoire you've brought us here is very special.
Thank you.
Can you describe some of the songs you've provided for our Jewish community last night and for the community in Dayton, Ohio, the night before?
Okay.
What do you sing?
Your guitar is right here.
Yeah.
We just, picked songs that we love and we believe in the, the energy that they have, and And we choose some horror,
Yes.
some Yiddishkeit, songs.
Yes.
Some songs from all over the world, because I traveled, and Zvika too, all over,
Yes.
South America, Russia, Spain, Portugal. So we are, influenced, and we love those kinds of songs from all over the world. And even songs for children, and I believe in children. Just be with children, talk to children, love them. It will change everything.
Right. Now, you've come to visit us on a particular occasion. This
Yom
is
Ha'atzmaut.
Israel's Independence Day.
Right.
Israel is how old?
65 years old.
Can you believe that?
No. No, really no.
And this is a joyous occasion. Now, what are one of the songs perhaps that you might have shared with some of the audiences? What song?
Like, yes, why not?
Okay, please.
Oseh Shalom bimromav.
What does it mean?
Who makes peace in the world?
Yes.
He will do it, you
Yes.
know. Israel. He will bring peace upon us and all over Israel, and I believe all over the world.
Beautiful.
The one who makes peace in heaven.
Yeah. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'ale kol Yisrael. ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. ואמרו
יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל.
אמן, 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 אמן.
So with Osei Shalom is a song that we sing at the end of Mourner's Kaddish in our congregation, and we sing it, I think, in just about every service that we do in our congregations. Song about peace and hope and remembering all of those who have lost their lives fighting for it, those who brought peace into our lives and wholeness into our lives. It's a beautiful rendition.
תודה רבה, תודה רבה.
And always brings smiles and joy. And the songs that we sang yesterday, many of them were dance songs, and you know the standard Israeli tunes, at least in the old days. I know some of the modern stuff is not so much that, but the standard stuff used to be songs to dance to.
כן.
And Ali was talking about chorot. Chorot are songs you do the hora to.
Right.
So you're ready to play something else, I think. I
מה
see.
אתה רוצה לעשות?
ראשינו שחר.
טוב.
אם גם ראשנו שח ועצב סובבנו, הבה ונתלקח מן השמחה שבנו. היי, היי, הבה ונתמלא שמחה, שמחה כמלאים. היי, היי, שירו עלה, עלה, עלה ובר היין, עלה ובר היין. היי, 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 עלה ובר היין, עלה ובר היין, עלה ובר כאש והדליקנו כוח, אבוי למתייאש, הלילה יש לשמוח. היי, היי, הלילה יגאל כל מי שנשמה בו. היי, היי, כל איש בישראל ניצוץ של נשמה בו, ניצוץ של נחמה בו. היי, 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 ניצוץ של נשמה בו.
Very beautiful.
Thank you.
What was that song? Tell us a little bit about that song.
happy song, שיר שמח.
ראשינו שח. אם גם ראשינו שח, if we are in a trouble and we are worried and we are afraid, and around is עצב, it's sadness, הבה ונתלקח. Let's be burn. הבה ונתלקח מן השמחה שבנו.
With the joy
With the
inside us,
joy
yeah.
that it's in ourselves. We just have to remember all of us has joys, but we have to remember that we have this. Hi, hava ונתמלא. Let's fill ourselves with joy. Hi, שירו עלה ובר. And let's burn like a fire. And that is the most important.
And this is, people ask how have the Israelis survived, and how have the Jews as a people survived all of the different troubles that we've had throughout history. And one of the
Exactly.
answers is music.
Music and spirit,
Music.
and believe. and together and dancing, and Michigan is כזה, you know.
What we call ruach.
רוח, נכון.
Is that joyous energy.
Now, where will you be performing next?
In Youngstown,
Youngstown, Ohio.
Ohio.
And when is that performance scheduled for?
20 April 21st.
Okay, very good. And how can people come and meet you if they come to the Western Galilee?
You know what to say?
First of all, they have to come to Western Galilee.
Yes, of course.
And the best thing is maybe to contact us through the partnership. I think
Yes.
they have all the numbers, all the
Address.
emails, whatever.
Yes.
Right.
I think maybe that's the easiest way. Yeah.
Okay, I might mention that the partnership is having its steering committee meeting in July in Omaha, which is right near here. So we'd like to have all our friends from the American partner communities, as well as our Israeli friends, come and join us
Wow.
in July.
We're going to need to take a short break, and we will continue talking with Dali and Svika after the break.
Thank you.
From the RE/MAX Real Estate Concept Studios, this is Webcast One Live.
Drink, dance, party. Kitty's is the ultimate dance club in Des Moines. A huge dance floor with room to move, 3 bars to keep your drinks full, and kickin' DJs playing all your favorite dance music. At Kitty's, we've always got your birthday party planned with Birthday Fridays. That's right, when your birthday rolls around, there's only one place to go. Gather up your friends and head to Kitty's, where you drink free on the Friday of your birthday week. Find out more about Birthday Fridays at kittiesusa.com. Kitty's, all kinds of people, all kinds of music, all kinds of fun.
Drug and alcohol addiction slowly steals a person's identity, tearing away pieces of their life little by little until one day it seems like the hope of a happy future is gone and there's no chance of getting it back. Here at St. Gregory Retreat Centers, we can assure you that there is hope. Our unique approach to recovery begins with the understanding that the dysfunction and damage caused by addiction can be overcome, not just dealt with. Don't let another day go by. Call St. Gregory today.
Whether you're 10, 25, 50, 80 years old and beyond, everyone needs to live within their means. I'm Tom Coates with Consumer Credit of America. For almost a quarter of a century, we've helped people of all ages learn to manage their personal finances to benefit them far into the future. When problems arise, we've got the experience you need to make those debt problems go away. Got financial problems? Call Consumer Credit of America.
If Tom Coates from Consumer Credit of America was your personal webmaster, Tom would filter out all bad debt emails. If Tom was your mailman, you'd never get any debt reduction junk mail. If Tom Coates was a lineman, he'd block any phone calls offering to reduce your credit card debt.
Hi, I'm Tom Coates with Consumer Credit of America, and we're still your best choice for credit counseling. We're local, we're accountable, and we can do more. You make the call when the time's right for you.
When it comes to competition, there really is none for Consumer Credit of America.
From the RE/MAX Real Estate Concept Studios, this is Webcast One Live.
Shalom. Welcome back to Understanding the World with Rabbi David Kaufman. I'm joined in the studio by Mark Finkelstein, our Jewish Community Relations Director from Jewish Federation of Greater Des Moines, and also by Dali and Svika, who join us from the Western Galilee. And Mark, you had a question for them?
Right. I think people would like to know a little more about the region, the Western Galilee. Tell us again, what is Akko like to begin with?
Oh, Akko is a very ancient city, very interesting one, very special. And I know that Svika knows a lot about Akko and the history of Akko. Please, Svika.
So first of all, in Akko, you have everything there. You have crusaders. You had Muslims, of course, Turks, and Jews now, and an ancient, real ancient city. So when you visit Akko, it's like walking through history.
Yeah.
4,000 years or something.
Yes.
And so I think it's very interesting, and we remember that Napoleon couldn't conquer Akko. He tried to conquer the city and just couldn't make it. And now, just one more thing.
Please.
Regard to my place.
Okay.
Kibbutz Kabri.
Yes.
Kabri is well known over Israel because of its water. We're supposed to have the best water in the region, and that's why ancient Greeks and then Romans and then the Turks built an water aqueduct, took the Kabri water to Akko, okay,
Yes.
all the way to Akko, which is kind of 7-8 miles.
Yes.
And until today, you can see, especially the Turks, the Ottomans aqueduct, and it goes through Dolly's
My
Regba,
place.
in the center of Regba.
And Regba is the symbol of Regba.
Yeah. Yes.
Regba is with this aqueduct
Yes.
and little houses and some oranges. This is our symbol.
Yeah.
So
you can see that aqueduct goes all the way from Kabri
Yes.
to Akko, and it took the water to Akko until the 1948 war.
Yes.
And, so I think it's kind of combines Kabri, Regba, and Akko all together.
Very good.
And once a year in Sukkot,
Yes.
there are the big events in Akko, art event, festival, teatron, theater,
Yes.
all over the country. People come to Akko. It's something. Many new plays are raised there, and it's wonderful to be there at the time.
Now,
Many.
Akko is multifaceted. You have the ancient port city of Akko with a wall and many colorful shops inside and many shuks and wonderful restaurants. Have you been to Ori Bori's restaurant?
Sure.
A wonderful fish restaurant. And
Wonderful.
then you have...
I think he's going to be here next week.
He will be here, I think.
Ori Bori will be in the United States in a delegation.
Somewhere with the
Right.
partnership.
That's
yeah.
true.
Yes.
And then you have the new Akko. Have you been in new Akko as well?
Sure.
What is that like? New
Very
Akko?
nice.
Yes.
I have been to the to the Jewish parts, what is a Memuna? After
Yes,
Pesach, there
that's
is a
right.
Memuna.
Yeah.
So I have many friends there. So they were a big festival about the Memuna. So my friend Heli Maman invited like 4,000 people to come. She builds every year a big tent, and everybody's welcome to come to taste those sweet and to sing and to be happy. Mimuna.
Now, you have some very special art institutions in the Western Galilee. You have Keshet Elon,
Nachon.
and there's
Gadon dance.
Gadon
Gadon.
dancing.
Tell us a little bit about both of those. Pick
Okay.
one.
So first of all, Gadon started some like 30 years ago, I think.
By
And,
Judith Arnon.
Yeah. And
From the
it's,
Holocaust, she came as a little child.
And
What type of dance do they perform?
Modern.
kind of
Modern
yeah,
dance.
Modern dance.
And how-
they're supposed to be one of the best dancing groups internationally. They go a lot abroad, and so this is a very important institution. And the Keshet Elon,
Yes.
it's a kind of a center, a seminar. Every summer, they have a seminar for violinists, young violinists from all over the world.
The best of them.
Yeah, also very famous all over the world. Many Chinese violinists, Americans, Spanish, whatever. So that's in Kibbutz Elon, right on the border of the Lebanese border. What else do we have there?
We have מטה אשר, להקת מטה אשר, זמרי מטה אשר.
Yes,
It's a-
please tell us about that.
I was there many years. But they are a wonderful group of singers from all over the kibbutzim. And they are, having a wonderful program of Israeli songs.
There's a Yemenite dance group of
And there is
Amka.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
Wonderful.
The Western Galilee
religious
is full
religion.
Of arts. It's
What?
full of
Yeah,
arts
full
and
of-
life and sharing and culture. Can you tell us a little bit about, for instance, Lochemei Hagetaot?
Wow. Yes, for the Ramad of the Shoah, and it's a huge museum, and lots of activities about. And many times I have been performing there as a singer. Once a year, there is Yom HaShoah, and there is always a big, huge event. And have you been there?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so in this huge amphitheater, like 20,000 people, נכון? יש שם מקום. כן, I know. 20,000 people gathering, and so it was all those times that I was singing there, it was wow.
First of all, that kibbutz was formed by Holocaust
By
survivors,
Holocaust
just mainly from Poland.
Right.
And they came to Israel, decided to make a kibbutz, form a kibbutz, and then to build this memorial thing to commemorate the Holocaust. So, and some of them are still with us today.
Yes.
The late 80s, but so that's a very special kibbutz, of course.
Now, the kibbutz has part of its museum a children's memorial.
Right.
Can you tell us about that briefly? What's the feeling inside?
Oh, just you can't breathe. You just go around, you look pictures and all the stuff that remained, and you just go and you don't want to talk. You just want to be silent, and it's very special and very touching. Yeah.
There are other wonderful places to visit as well. Do you know much about the college?
מכללה.
Yes.
מכללה.
Yes. What is that like? What do they specialize in? Do you know?
All kinds of, mathematics, history, whatever, art, whatever, everything is there. And it's a beautiful place to be. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah.
If I have to recommend, special places in our region, first of all is Rosh Hanikra.
Yes.
Right.
Tell them about that. What is that?
West north corner of Israel, where they used to the British railroad used to go from Haifa via Akko to Beirut. Yeah, a long time ago. Now it's blocked, of course. And right there, they have those special caves within the sea and the water, and it's a very, very special experience there. And second thing, I would say the Crusader Castle in Yechiam. We have a couple of them, Montfort, but especially Yechiam, a big ancient from 12th century Crusader Castle, which is a tourist.
Now, what about the food? Are there any good restaurants?
Yeah.
We'll name a couple. What do you got?
Zvika.
I think if you're in the Western Galilee,
Yes.
well, you can have French restaurant or Spanish, but I think it's
Italian
the
or
best thing
whatever.
is to go to the local thing, which is the
Exactly.
Arab, hummus and in Kfar Yassif or in Tarshiha. I think that's the best thing. Look for the local.
Exactly.
The real thing.
Yeah,
Real thing,
yeah.
yes.
And
That's what we eat there. By the way,
We too.
love the those Arab restaurants.
Original Arab.
and it's cheap.
and there are, and it's cheap, right?
Yeah.
And
Falafel is not expensive.
No,
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And there are places called Zimmers.
Zimmers, can.
Tell us about the Zimmer.
There are lots of Zimmers.
What is
that's,
it?
That's a bed and breakfast, like.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they are very, very beautiful. They have, איך אומרים, את כל הגשפטים האלה, את כל כל הטאבים האלה,
spa,
all kinds of spa and everything. They have everything, like all over the world. But the best, beautiful, beautiful rooms. And, you have everything there. TV, whatever you need. Good food, a nice hostess, you will get breakfast. Wow. With the big baskets, all what you need. And it's very private. You feel that you would like we are feeling now here in your houses. Great. We are doing it very much, me and my husband, just traveling.
Now, the Western Galilee sees itself as growing into the future, focusing on several different aspects, one of which is tourism, one of which is health and well-being, and the other is probably education for scientists and engineers. What is the future of the Western Galilee? What is its potential?
I think it has a great potential, especially if the day comes and we have peace with Lebanon. So Western Galilee is right on the path
Border.
from Israel to
Europe.
to the north. Yeah, you can go.
I dream
Yeah.
to go with the train to Europe
If you
with
take
my kids.
My kibbutz,
Yes.
it's right on the main crossroad between if you want to go from the south of Israel to the north and to Lebanon. So it's a great potential for us, yeah?
Yes,
Sitting
it is.
on such a strategic spot, you know?
So what concerns do you have about what's going on in Syria and the potential in Lebanon and the region? I mean, the Western Galilee is right on the border, and when there's altercations with Lebanon, there's rocket fire
Yeah, we
and
have Katyushas
there
there,
are things. So what concerns do you have now about what's going on in Syria and potential if Hezbollah gets engaged?
The main thing is that no one in the world
Interferes.
really knows what's awaits for us once Assad is gone. We don't know what's going to happen there. It looks like a whole chaos, and it's more like a mystery. I mean, no regime, no central regime, no central power to negotiate with. So right now it's a very insecure situation, I think, and so I think most of it we have to sit and wait. Well, what's going to happen there in Syria? Because everything that happens in Syria influences, of course, Lebanese, and so we kind of worried, yeah.
What is the strength of Israel?
Hope and love and unionship and everything. That's all. That's all. You know,
The
believe
IDF.
in the country.
And the IDF.
Believe in us. What?
The IDF. I mean, it's Tzahal.
נכון, צה"ל.
Yes.
צה"ל. Yeah.
This love is not enough sometimes.
And we've just celebrated Israeli Independence Day. The night before was Yom
יום
HaZikaron.
הזיכרון.
What's the purpose of Yom HaZikaron?
אוקיי. בבקשה.
Me?
Yes.
Just the day before our Independence Day, we have this day or evening to remember those who lost their lives throughout the years fighting for the surviving of Israel. And it's a big issue now in Israel, whether it should be so close, you know, one day of mourning and remembering. And
Yes.
in a matter of hours, you're supposed to start, being happy.
But that's
again.
how it happened.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
That's how it
Uh,
happened.
So no, that's a tradition, and so we have the Holocaust Day a week before,
For
and then
יום הזיכרון. And then יום
Memorial Day
העצמאות.
and Independence Day. I think I believe in this tradition. I hope it stays like this.
Me too.
Now there's a siren that goes off at some
Yeah.
point. Tell us what happens.
At 10 o'clock in the morning of the Memorial Day, the siren goes, and then it's a very interesting sight to see.
Yeah.
Every car stops in the middle of the road. People go out and just stand. For 2 minutes all over the country, cities, kibbutzim, railroad, whatever. And then after 2 minutes, siren goes off. And
Strange.
Yeah.
You have to understand what they're saying here. On the highway, people will stop their cars, park their cars in the middle of the highway, open
They
the
won't
door,
park. They just stop.
and stand outside the car.
Right.
They'll literally stand outside the car in the middle of the road, lined up, for as far back as you can see. And this happens not only in the cities; it happens literally everywhere.
Everywhere.
And people stand at attention for 2 minutes while the siren is going off in remembrance of those who died fighting for the freedom and security of the state of Israel. It's a really amazing experience, having been in Jerusalem when that siren has gone off.
Can I ask you about some other interesting places in Israel? Have you been to the Machtesh?
Sure. Machtesh Ramon.
Yes. Tell us about, what does that look like? What is it?
It's a huge crater. Very interesting. You can see there many colors of minerals and many shapes and many little paths you go by, and interesting, and it's huge. מה הגודל שלה? It's a huge crater, and you just feel, if you are there, down there, it's like feeling that the beginning of life in the whole. Yeah, it's my experience.
It's one of a kind all over
It's
the
one of the
world,
kind.
yeah.
All yes,
The
yeah.
Machtesh, yeah.
It's beautiful.
Do you enjoy visiting the Dead Sea?
Sure, we are going to the hotels there.
You go to the hotels? Yeah.
Enjoy very much.
So we need to take another short break, and after this break, we maybe do one last wrap-up song, and we'll wish you a happy journey on to your next visit in the United States.
Thank you.
From the RE/MAX Real Estate Concept Studios, this is Webcast One Live.
Whether you're 10, 25, 50, 80 years old and beyond, everyone needs to live within their means. I'm Tom Coates with Consumer Credit of America. For almost a quarter of a century, we've helped people of all ages learn to manage their personal finances to benefit them far into the future. When problems arise, we've got the experience you need to make those debt problems go away. Got financial problems? Call Consumer Credit of America.
Drink, dance, party. Kitty's is the ultimate dance club in Des Moines. A huge dance floor with room to move, 3 bars to keep your drinks full, and kickin' DJs playing all your favorite dance music. At Kitty's, we've always got your birthday party planned with Birthday Fridays. That's right, when your birthday rolls around, there's only one place to go. Gather up your friends and head to Kitty's, where you drink free on the Friday of your birthday week. Find out more about Birthday Fridays at kittiesusa.com. Kitty's, all kinds of people, all kinds of music, all kinds of fun.
Shalom. Welcome back to Understanding the World with Rabbi David Kaufman. I'm joined in the studio by Mark Finkelstein of the Jewish Community Relations Commission, the Jewish Federation of Greater Des Moines, and also by Dalit and Zvika from Western Galilee, and they're going to share one more song with us, Jerusalem of Gold, Yerushalayim Shel Zahav.
Great.
Okay.
אוויר הרים צלול כיין וריח אורנים נישא ברוח 40 עם כל פעמונים ובתרדמת אילן ואבן שבויה בחלומה העיר אשר בדן יושבת ובליבה חומה ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור הלא לכל שירייך אני כינור ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור הלא לכל שירייך אני כינור היכן יבשו בורות המים, כיכר השוק ריקה, ואין פוקדת הר הבית בעיר העתיקה. ובמרות אשר בסלע מייללות רוחות, נשוב נרד אל ים המלח בדרך יריחו. ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור, הלא לכל שירייך אני כינור. ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור, הלא לכל שירייך אני כינור. אך בבואי היום לשיר לך ולך לקשור כתרים, קטונתי מצעיר בנייך ומאחרון המשוררים, כי שמך צורב את השפתיים, כי נשיקת שרף, אם אשכחך ירושלים אשר כולה זהב. ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור, הלא לכל שירייך אני כינור. ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור, הלא לכל שירייך אני כינור.
Dali Modai and Zvika Arbel, thank you for joining us on the show today, and I hope you have wonderful travels in the United States and safe travels back to Israel as well.
תודה רבה.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll take a short break.
From the RE/MAX Real Estate Concept Studios, this is Webcast One Live.
Shalom. Welcome back to Understanding the World with Rabbi David Kaufman. We had a wonderful show, joined in the studio by Mark Finkelstein and the Jewish Community Relations Commission, and also by Dali Modai and Zvika Arbel from Partnership Together, the Des Moines Jewish Federation's partnership with the community in Western Galilee and Israel. This week, our thoughts continue to be with those suffering in the aftermath of the tragedy at the Boston Marathon, the bombings there, the acts of terrorism, and we hope and pray that those who committed these atrocities will be apprehended swiftly and without harm coming to anyone else. The fear certainly is that such people will do this again, and so we hope that their apprehension comes very quickly, that we are able to figure out who did it and stop anyone else from doing such a thing. Our thoughts are also with the people in West Texas, who suffer in the aftermath of a massive explosion of a fertilizer plant. If you have not seen the video footage of the secondary explosion at this plant, you have not seen an explosion. It is just unbelievable. There was a large fire to begin with at this plant. Evidently, when they tried to put out the fire, they used water to put out the fire at the fertilizer plant. The water evidently interacted with some very large quantities of ammonium nitrate, and that caused an explosion that registered 2.1 on the Richter scale, was felt 45 miles away and leveled and did massive damage to a significant portion of the town in West Texas. There are fears that there are dozens of dead and a very large number of injured. So our thoughts are with the people in West Texas this morning. Things in North Korea continue to be at a very high level of tension. The government continues to make threats against South Korea, against Japan, against the United States, frankly, because of the events in Boston, North Korea has been off the radar screen for a few days, but I'm sure they will be back on it and just as belligerent as ever by the time we talk next week. In addition, there is the situation in Syria, which doesn't seem to be going in any kind of a positive direction. The violence seems to be ramping up. There are reports that there have been chemical weapons used against the civilian population there, which is awful. The rebels, there is the Free Syrian Army opposition group, but there are also militants who are fighting their own war in Syria. Unfortunately, they are making gains as well. And those rebel groups, beyond the Free Syrian Army, which is a group that we do want to support, there are rebel groups that are allied with Al-Qaeda and other militant groups who we would rather not support. Bashar Assad actually, in an interview today, asked why the West was supporting the Al-Qaeda instead of him. Unfortunately, to a certain extent, he's got a point. We need to be very careful about who we're supporting in the opposition in Syria, especially where our weapons are going, and making sure that when Syrian stockpiles are captured, that they don't end up in the hands of terrorists who can use them against us and against our allies around the world. That's a very dangerous situation. Iran continues to increase its uranium enrichment capacity, which is something that we have to keep an eye on. And the United States continues to make a push to promote peace between Israelis and Palestinians, and this is coming with a particular push by Secretary Kerry to have the Israelis work with President Abbas, the Palestinian Authority, who is not a young guy and whose time as leader of the Palestinian Authority is probably limited. Those are the headlines for this week. I would like to thank Dr. Ronald Bergman and Bergman Folkers Cosmetic Surgery and Spa for their support of this show. Next week on our show, we look forward to being joined by Arnold Roth, who founded Karen Malki, an organization that tries to support victims of terror after his daughter Malka was killed in the Sbarro pizza bombing in 2001. He also has been doing some work with Aldura.org, which is an organization that tries to monitor the media, and particularly the French media, who was working to promote the Aldura story, which was the story about a young boy who was theoretically killed by Israeli soldiers in the Intifada. Turned out that the entire thing was staged, and the Aldura video has incited militants across the world into hatred against Israel and the United States, and this was all fabricated. So Arnold Roth will be joining us next week. I hope you have a good week, health and peace, and I will see you next week. Thank you. Bye.